Okay, so this video is about predicting which contestant will go like the furthest out of each of the 40 recommenders that recommended in my recommended character viewer voting, including myself, which we'll see later. Before we start, I want to say that COVID and Dozer are no longer in this game, and you'll find out which two characters have replaced COVID and Dozer. But for now, let's start off with Lightning Rocks. So I think in terms of Lightning Rocks as contestants, there are 9 contestants remaining. Yeah, Ren's in 10th place, unless if Ren rejoins. In 9th place, I would say Jinx. I would put... I would say Scott Pilgrim in 8th. No, I think Megan in 8th is better because, I mean, Scott was popular in some time. Oh wait, so Jinx in 9th, I'll put Megan in 8th. Zuko will be 7th in terms of Lightning Rocks' contestants. And then I'll put Scott Pilgrim in 6th. And then I'd put Seon Gi-hoon in 5th. I think he might be the star of Squid Game. Though he may have performed alongside Mark Grayson, who I'll put in 4th place in terms of Lightning Rocks' contestants. And I'll put Philip J. Fry in 3rd. But considering my audience, I think I'll have to go Toad in 2nd and Markiplier in 1st. I think Markiplier will do the best out of Lightning Rocks' contestants. Next is Super Yellow. All 10 of their contestants are remaining. But out of all 10 of them, I honestly think Isao might be the first one to go out of their contestants. Followed by Onami in 9th. And then Ran. And honestly, there's 7 contestants left. I would put... Hiawi in 7th makes the most sense, probably. And then I'll do... So I decided Spencer will be 6th, and Anya, I think, will be... I'd say Anya will be 4th and Mondo will be 5th. And considering how good Leorio has been doing in some of these eliminations, most likely I would say he would be 3rd. Oh wait, no wait, Leorio will be 5th over Spencer. And then I'll put Mondo in 3rd. I'll put Mondo in 3rd and Anya in 4th. And then out of Jerry and Wayne, I think Wayne is gonna make it barely further than Jerry. But I could be wrong. Out of J. Michael Danganronpa's fan, Farua is already in 10th, we know. But out of the remaining, I think Yiji, the Synthfee logo, I think will be 9th. Then I think Raphael will be 8th, most likely. And Lucina in 7th. I'll put Sakura in 6th. Skeet in 5th. Oh wait, I'll put Sakura in 5th and Skeet in 6th instead. And out of Fern, Mary, Big the Cat, and Pato, I think Mary is 4th, Fern will be 3rd, Pato will be 2nd, and Big the Cat will be 1st in terms of J. Michael the Danganronpa fans' recommended characters. And in terms of SCL 15's recommended characters, already 2 of them have lost, Logan and Shinji. But out of the remaining 8, I think the next one will be Madoka. Then VJ, then Kukui, and then Mitsuri. And then I think that will be and then Friere in 4th. Yasuhiro in 3rd. And I will put Arle Naja in 2nd and Tom in 1st place. Roy's Bedroy 69 has 8 contestants remaining. And when it comes to me ranking them, I'll put Annabelle Carson in 8th. I'll probably have to go Strong Bad in 7th place, honestly. And then Ian in 6th place. And then I'll put Quack in 5th. Oh yeah, they're scoring goals. There's a World Cup match going on. But yeah, Master Shake in 4th. Or then considering the last time Quack and Master Shake have been in voting, I'll put Master Shake in 5th and Quack in 4th. And then I can do the other 3, which are like, I put Boris in 3rd. I'd say Daddy Pig is 2nd, and Chef PP will be in 1st place in terms of Roy's Bed Roy's characters. Marcus Got Forgotten has 9 characters remaining, and so because the narrator's in 10th place in terms of their recommended characters. But in 9th place, I think I'll have to go with Mahiro Oyama. Followed by Doorstopper in 8th, I think. And then, no, Mahiro 9th, Yasuro 8th, and Yasuna 8th, and Doorstopper in 7th. I'll put, the Second Coming in 6th probably makes the most sense. Then I would say Wubsy in 5th and Doey in 4th. And then Larry the Cucumber in 3rd. Ragata in 2nd and Marker in 1st. Next, Matthias Lacarda. Or Matthias Lacerda. I think that's how you pronounce it, the second one name I just said. But anyways, out of all 10 contestants, this is a hard one. But I'll have to honestly go with Benji being last. Followed by, I think, Momo Ayase, Yuri in 8th, Shadow Milk Cookie barely beating out Yuri for 7th place, I would say. And then Tsuyu in 6th. And then out of the remaining 5, I'd put Cooking Mama in 5th, Chikaki in 4th, Cody in 3rd, Woody in 2nd, and Luigi in 1st. Next, Octodad. And in 10th place, I think I have to go with Juby, honestly. So Juby is in 10th. I'll put Morshu in 9th. Followed by, I'll do Sackboy. Oh, Sackboy did quite well last time, so I'll put Himiko Toja in 8th. Then I'll put Lord Tourette's in 7th. Tao Kaka, I would say, goes in 6th place. And then Tinky Winky in 5th. I'd say Sonic 4th, Octodad 3rd, Sackboy 2nd, and Pac-Man being in 1st place. Next, Anthony the ASDF movie and Pokemon fan 2011. While Julius Jr. usually doesn't do good in eliminations, I'd say he would make the top half out of those 10 contestants you would see on the screen. Most likely, I would say. But I think I will put the Undertaker in last. Then Kane in 9th. No, I'd say Undertaker last, The Miz in 9th, Kane in 8th. Stone Cold Steve Austin in 7th. And then Karma in 6th. And then Julius Jr., who will be 5th. And then out of the remaining 4, I'd say Hulk Hogan 4th. Even though by then I think the passing away will be more irrelevant than when the elimination started. Followed by The Rock in 3rd. You know what? I'll put John Cena 4th, Hulk Hogan 3rd, Rock 2nd, and Buzz Lightyear in 1st. Okay, Peaceful Acid, 9 contestants I have to rank. Out of everyone, I think Kiki will be 9th. Followed by Lloyd. And then I'll do Bernd, then Brett, then Stark, then Anne, then Gura. Then out of the 2 Vocaloids, I put Rin in 2nd and Hatsune Miku in 1st. Now it's time to rank High I Love New York's recommended contestants, in which out of 10 contestants, I think Howard will be in last place. Followed by Globe, I think. And then Alphaba, then Ted, then Georgia Ball. Oh, you know what? Let's do Jobber 10th, Globe 9th, Wyoming in 8th, Alphaba in 7th, Ted in 6th, Georgia Ball in 5th. Oh yeah, this is not too easy. But I'll put Harvard in 10th. Yeah, Harvard's 10th, I know. Oh yeah, I decided this. Harvard 10th, Wyoming in 9th. I put Globe in 8th, Alphaba in 7th, Ted in 6th, Daniel in 5th. And then out of Doodoo Green, George Pig, Glep, and Georgia Ball, I'd say Georgia Ball 4th, George Pig in 3rd, Doodoo Green in 2nd, and Glep in 1st place. Next, David from BFDI, or David BFDI. Out of everyone, I'd have to go with Negan Smith in last place, followed by Arthur Fleck, then Electroman, then Nox, then Count Dooku. And then out of the remaining, I would put then Gil Gunderson, then Davy Jones, then I think Bing Bong, and then kind of a bit of an upset, not too much but a bit, but I think Announcer will be 2nd and Carl Fredrickson will be 1st. Next is Redzu the Marker Maker, which already has 8 contestants remaining, because their Bowser FNF MMU was in 10th, and Mr. Sis was in 9th. But out of the remaining 8, I would put Lakitu in 8th, Smick in 7th, Hundredog in 6th, and then I'll put Captain Barnacles in... No, not Captain Barnacles. Pumpkin in 5th, and Captain Barnacles in 4th. And then I'll put Rose in 3rd, Baldy in 2nd, and Lai in 1st. Especially considering that Lai recently got out in a major show. Next is Mr. Triple Shadows, where I will put, I'd say Gyu in last, followed by Efren in 9th place. I'd say Griefer in 8th, Aiden in 7th. 6 more to rank, but I'd put Sonar in 6th place. Yeah, they're scoring, honestly. Yeah, Sonar in 6th. I'd honestly put Isidore in 5th and Sayori in 4th. Honestly, because like Sayori is kind of like a dark horse in these games. Then out of the remaining 3, I'd put Rouge the Bat in 3rd. Probably, surprisingly, Uzi Dorman in 2nd. but unsurprisingly Yoshi in first. Next, Magic 8 Ball. Where I think out of 10 contestants, I'd say Chase Devinox in last and Entrappa 9th. Followed by Kugamon in 8th. Then PJ Berry. Oh, you know what? Swap PJ Berry and Kugamon. PJ Berry will be 8th and Kugamon will be 7th. Then Natsuki will be 6th. Then Ivy will be 5th. Then I'll put Barely in 4th. Papyrus in 3rd. Harold in 2nd. And Henry Stickmin in 1st. Next is Lil Grim, where I'll put, Noob Sailbot in 10th, honestly. Followed by Chai. And then Noob Sailbot, Chai. Honestly, I'll have to go with Silent Salt Cookie in 8th. Tom in 7th. I put Hank in 6th. Oh, you know what? No. Noob Sailbot 10th. Chai 9th. SCP-096 in 8th. And then Silent Salt Cookie in 7th. Tom in 6th. Hank will be 5th. I'd say Alan 4th. Teto 3rd. Or Tato in 3rd. And then I put N in 2nd and Butters in 1st. JX1, DX1. Out of all those contestants, I honestly think Melavola will be in last. Then followed by, JX1, DX1. Then Chance. Then I'd say Olive. No, Yellow in 7th, then Olive in 6th. And Tweak in 5th. Oh, England scored. You just heard that. But to continue, Alan in 4th, Maki in 3rd. Lake, I think, will be 1st. And I'll put Gwen in 2nd. Just Yuri, however, is next. And out of 10 contestants, I forgot to update this, but Titan Cameraman is already eliminated in 10th place. And I think Aeroplanus will be the next one to fall in Just Yuri's characters list. Then I'll have to go with, honestly, IHY Luigi, and then Tharja. And then I'll do Sprig Planner 6th, Fior in 5th, Hiyoko in 4th. I'll put Nurse Joy in 3rd, Monica in 2nd, and Enderman in 1st. Those surprises can happen. Next is FNF X LWP, Fallen Frontiers. Only 5 characters to begin with, but this will be easy. As I'll most likely put, I think I'll have to go SMG3 for last, and then V in 4th. And then I'll put Bonnie in 3rd, Wally in 2nd, and Silver in 1st. Next is Puru, who already has 1 contestant, which is Puru, eliminated. And then out of Bot and Blocky, I think Bot will be 2nd and Blocky will be 1st. Next is Lucy the Video Game Master, where I think this could be their characters are up for elimination right now. And by the looks of things, I think Star Noah 1 will be last. Then I'll most likely put, I'll have to go Pitchfork in 9th. They're also kind of underperforming in this elimination, though they may do better in a different one. But we'll see. John 8th, Snail Bob in 7th. And then I'll do Olivia 6th, honestly. Then out of the 5 remaining contestants, I'd say Astrobot will be 5th, Coin will be 4th. And out of remaining 3, I think I'll have to go Robot Chicken 3rd, Leonard 2nd, and Jake in 1st. Next is Macaroni 17. where I think out of all these 10 contestants, I'd say Nightmare's in last. Followed by Chum Chopkins, and then Natalia, I think, and then Strawberry Cookie. And out of the 6 remaining contestants, most likely Miu in 6th. Then I'll do Bridget in 5th. Yeah, lots of these are good recommendations. But Bridget in 5th, Jeff in 4th, Foxy in 3rd, Makoto in 2nd, and Shadow in 1st. Oh wait, never mind. Makoto in 3rd and Foxy in 2nd makes more sense. And then, yeah, Shadow in 1st. From Sonic the Hedgehog. There's a different Shadow, but in the Sonic movie. Next is Vince. And as I mentioned earlier with Koven and Dozer, Mahiru from Danganronpa and Kururushi from Jujutsu Kaisen replaced those 2 characters, Koven and Dozer. Mainly because the recommender said that Koven and Dozer developer is now problematic. I don't think they were that problematic when I started it. But anyways, out of the 8 remaining, where Elric is already in 9th, I'll have to go Mahito 8th, SCP-049 in 7th, Nightmarion in 6th, Kuroshi in 5th, and out of the 4 remaining ones, I'd honestly going Ibuki 4th, no, not Ibuki, Mahiro 4th, Brightney 3rd, Ibuki 2nd, and B from Total Drama, Revenge of the Island in 1st. Next is Kevin the Sea Cucumber, where I think last place is going to be I think Epic Tusky. When I started this elimination, Epic Tusky was one of the more released monsters in My Singing Monsters. Now it's been like a few months, and they're starting to become less relevant. So I think Epic Tusky will be last. Followed by Cat Dog, Dooley Puppy, then Ed. Then I'll have to go Kekleon, Spiel, Onyx. No, Kekleon, Spiel, Kevin, Onyx, and then Denzel Crocker in 1st, I think. Though I might be wrong, but I'll have to go Denzel Crocker will be 1st out of these 9 contestants. Next is Cool. And in 9th place, I'll probably have to go with Eli here. Followed by Haley. And then Barney, I think. And then this is where things start to get tricky. But I'll have to put Water Girl in 6th and Fireboy in 5th. Or Fireboy 6th, Water Girl 5th wouldn't also be too much of a difference. But yeah, I'm going Water Girl 6th, Fireboy 5th. And then I'll do Yiji in 4th. I'd say Richard 3rd. Surprisingly, R2D2, I think, in 2nd. Add 1 in 1st, because 1's more relevant. Next, Kitty/Cat Lover. Not surprised that already 4 of the 10 contestants are eliminated, because most of them are from like one franchise, and that to a franchise that wouldn't really do so good in elimination. But yeah, already canon is that Umbrella's 10th, Peacock 9th, Annie 8th, and Double is in 7th. But continuing forward, however, I think I'll do the rest. Starting with Misfortune in 6th. I put Avery in 5th, the Snatcher in 4th, Melody in 3rd, Marie in 2nd, and the Hatkin in 1st. Next is Pablo's recommended characters, in which I would have to say most likely Kyle will be last, then Goronto. It's a bit surprising, but yeah. Then Space Kid, then I'll put Flaky No, Space Kid, then Toucan Sam, then Flaky. And then I'll do Ice Cream. Then I'll go with Miss Chalice. And I think then Dry Bones. And then I'll Perry the Platypus and Gengar. I think Gengar will be second and Perry the Platypus will be first. Though I might be wrong, like I said before many times. Next is Dennis Austin, in which I think I honestly have to go with Truman Burbank in last, followed by Marty, then Ron, and then I'll have to go Ming Ming, and then June, and then Sophia the First. Now the remaining four I put then Mitzi, then Charlotte, then Vector, and then Charles Calvin in first. Next is Striker, who already has 2 contestants eliminated. Johan Liebert in 10th out of the recommended characters, while in terms of their recommended characters, like Kira Rahoshi is a 9th. But out of the remaining 8, I'd say, Persona's Makoto. No, I'll do Luca in 8. Oh wait, no, something better. Gaku will be 8th. And then I'd say one Kurosu in 7th. And now the remaining 6, I'd put then Makoto Yuki in 6th. And then Blake Belladonna, then Luca, then Ramona, I think. Or no, Ramona 4th, Luca 3rd. Then Jude, and then Shadow the Sonic movie will be first. Yup, I know I put a different Shadow in first place for Macaroni. Recommended characters. But I think out of these 10 contestants, Shadow from the Sonic movie will be the furthest, or the best performing. Next is Shogun, who already has Starlight King eliminated. But in 8th, I'll have to go with the last son of Alcatraz. Then the Coup. Then I'll have to go with AM. Yeah, those 3 could be interchangeable. And then out of the remaining 5, I'd put Mimic in 5th, Max in 4th, Hypno in 3rd, Spy in 2nd, and Squidward in 1st. And now here comes my contestants. You see those 10 contestants on screen, all 10 of them are still in the game. But then if I have to go ranking them in terms of how well I think they will do, then I'll probably have to put General Kai in last. Honestly, because he's not involved in lore, and he was about to be eliminated when his character was put up for elimination. Or was it that because he was given someone that could have made him eliminated? Maybe that could have been the way. But yeah, I'll put Gen Rukai in last. Then next I'll put this is a tough one. We'll have to go with the CPU me in this case. I'll likely have Matt over Pedro, I think. But I think I'll put Pedro in 9th, Matt in 8th, Tai Lung in 7th. And then I'll have to go Ike in 6th. And then out of the remaining 5, I would put I put Arakulele in 5th. Though I think I could be wrong I could be wrong because Arakulele was involved in the lore. I would have put Arakulele much lower if Arakulele wasn't involved. Then in 4th, I'll put Honestly, Dark Pit in fourth, Pit in third, Golf Ball in second, and Pen in first. Next, out of Nicholas's contestants, Fang is already eliminated. But then next eliminated will most likely be Minoru Mineta. Then I think Zoro. Then Squeak. Then I'll have to eliminate Wubbox. Then Catnap. Then Mammoth. Then out of Red, Cuphead, and Luffy, I think I'll have to put, yeah, Red in third, Cuphead in second, and Luffy in first. Next is Candy Pops. We'll most likely put, I'd say, yeah, Cat Valentine in last. Followed by Jade West. Then Tori Vega, most likely. Then Zoa Daimo. And then Gex, then Croc. Then out of the remaining four, I'd put a median fourth, a Bomb the Snow. No, the B from Minecraft in third. And then a Bomb the Snow will be, yeah, ahead of Sora. So Sora in second and a Bomb the Snow in first. Nutella and Kinder is next. And already Zoe Brooks is eliminated, but who I think will be ninth place in terms of their recommended characters, most likely Stripe. Then Blob. Then I'll have to go Mio here. And then Hugo. Though Mio could be a dark horse, but I'm predicting that Mio's 7th. Hugo 6th. I'll do the Skunks in 5th and 4th. Though I'll put Tumbo below Ruff, I would say. You know what? I take it back. I'll still keep Stripe in 9th, Blob in 8th. I'll put Mr. Maker. I think Mr. Maker should be 7th to make things more better. Hugo in 6th. No, Mio in 6th. Hugo in 5th. Tumble in 4th. Ruff in 3rd. Koraidon in 2nd. And Gao in 1st. Or you know what? No, Gao in 2nd. Koraidon in 1st. That's my final prediction. Next is Luke Holmes. And then I think they will all do pretty good. But I'll have to put Crom in last, I would say. Then Lucina. Then I'll have to go with most likely Jasmine, honestly. Though I'll put in 6th. No, I said Crom 10th, Lucina 9th, Jasmine 8th. And then the Gravity Falls characters, so Mabel in 7th and Dipper in 6th. Then I would say Sandy Cheeks in 5th. And then Lucario in 4th. No, Iggy in 4th. Leafy in 3rd. Rosalina in 2nd. And this might be a bit of a surprise, but Lucario in 1st. Anyways, next is me making Enthusiast, who already has 55 Cancri E eliminated. But out of the 4 remaining contestants, I'd say this. Daddy Walnut in 4th, Matt in 3rd, Rocky in 2nd, and Pin in 1st. Next is Adio. Already 2 contestants eliminated, Stacy Stickler and Inuyasha, 10th and 9th respectively in terms of their characters. But out of the remaining 8, I'd say Rex Salazar in 8th, followed by Strawberry Shortcake, then Usagi, then Clover, then Draco, then Spinel, surprisingly, then Danny, and then Rayman in first. Next is a random Preston who has 9 characters from the beginning. But anyways, I would say that Sasha will do better than Cookie. But I'll put Cookie 9th, Sasha 8th, Peppy here in 7th, Ted in Hakshyong in 6th, Ted in 5th. And then I'd say Jigglypuff 4th, Lemmy Koopa 3rd, Lightning in 2nd, and Mr. Krabs in 1st. Next is Ricky Gator. Yeah, we're almost done, by the way. But I'll have to go Ikis in... No, not Ikis. Oh yeah, never mind. Ikis in last place. Followed by Tuxedo Sam. Then I'll have to go with... Honestly, Big Bird. Then Jagged Beaver. Then Quick Draw McDraw. And then out of the remaining 5, which are Michelangelo, Brian Griffin, Felix the Cat, Michelangelo, Brian Griffin, Felix the Cat, Crash Bandicoot, and Laszlo, I'd say this. Laszlo in 5th, Felix in 4th, Michelangelo in 3rd, Brian Griffin in 2nd, and Crash Bandicoot in 1st. And last but not least, we have Shiny Teardrop, who I think in 7th place out of their characters, I'll have to go with RJ here. Then Duolingo, then Readling, and then out of the remaining 4, I put Toy Bonnie in 4th, Rabbit in 3rd, Vanekin in 2nd, and Teardrop in 1st. But anyways, that is my prediction of who will win on how each recommender... I ranked like every 40 recommender characters on who do you think is going to be like the farthest out of all of the recommenders characters. I did it 40 times. The first of which being for Lightning Rocks, and the last of which being for Shiny Teardrop. But yeah, those are my predictions. What do you think? Anyways, last but not least, for sure, like, share, subscribe, comment, and that is going to be it for this video. Sorry that I haven't posted in a good while.